29 chain, and we restrict our life in 29 chain, right? My question is, where is the origination of the chain? I mean, either it has to be exist, because it has to be exist because we exist now. So that process is started. Let's say we are in the middle of the chain.
I suppose if I had to say, it would be something science-based. It would be something like the Big Bang Theory, like that's just phenomenon. That's a chance in time that's happened to create that first bit of energy that then sparks the rest.
So our understanding from the Big Bang and all those theories, that we don't deny that through this event, the start and everything happened, right? But my question is, the event cannot create itself. Do you see? So even Big Bang doesn't deny who was. Do you see? So it cannot be used to deny God or affirm God. Do you see?
Yeah, I get it, and I understand the need to have faith, the need to believe that there's somebody bigger than you to govern, because it's hard to. It's just such a big concept to understand, and to latch on to nothingness, because, like you say, there's got to be there's got to be a divine intervention, a divine reason for us being here, because it's just such a weird phenomenon if there isn't that one big thing. But
sure.
I just suppose, for my own sanity and want of nothing else, I just like the idea of it just being what it is, a phenomenon that happened that we can't ever really truly understand, and then the life form that then evolves and goes on is just from that one massive bit of energy that then it transpires, and then we ignite as we die, and then we go on and on and on. I suppose
right. So there's few things you mentioned. One of the things mentioned that there is something. There is something, right? That has to bring the causation of this universe, right? So that being, when we evaluate that being, there must be a being. So we cannot just say, oh, the universe is random. No, the universe is no accident. It started in one point, it didn't exist, right?
Well, that's how we transcribe it to be. It started in one place. Who will we to know? We will never know, will we?
So, do you believe this universe one point didn't exist?
I never really thought
But
of it.
I mean, if you believe in science, as you mentioned, the science mentioned the general understanding this universe created 13.8 billion years ago. Before that, this universe didn't exist. So if something didn't exist, it has to exist because we exist now. So now, either it creates itself, it's created from nothing, or it's created by someone else. So we realize nothingness doesn't exist in the reality, nor self-creation, meaning I cannot create.
Nothingness in the fact that it's not been given a name yet. Because our understanding of anything and time frames and dates is all from a human's perspective and a human's research, isn't it? So there's always going to be beyond what we ever say and what we ever think. There's always going to be something beyond that, isn't there? Because
so there is 2 points here within the nothingness. One nothingness, that nothingness is a concept. It's actually not a realitable thing. And second nothingness is we do not know what is the nature of that being.
Yes.
So what we're saying here, that any model, the Big Bang or evolution, whatever model, there's one point is common agreement that this actually doesn't deny creator, but it doesn't address the first question, which is how this universe, who created the universe? Because who
says there's not another universe beyond this universe? That way, a universe.
So that's called multiverse. So that called multiverse. So this is a multiverse. So we actually shift the argument to the multiverse. Then again, it has to that multiverse. Then you would say that probably is responsible for another multiverse.
So it's beyond my brain. It's like looking in the mirror and in the mirror and in the mirror. It's like I don't want to think that far ahead.
So the ultimate question is, the first, where did we come from? Nothing. That's
it. Nothingness. Energy.
But nothingness, is not empty. It was defensive. Look after yourself. Okay. The conversation we started about how she sees the world. And her worldview is we just middle of everything, and it's not clear from her world of view. And then I asked, how did the creation comes into existence? And then, she couldn't define the nothingness. I mean, time didn't permit me, otherwise I would have gone through the argument that the nothingness. What is nothingness? Nothingness is a concept. And nothingness meaning absence of everything. This is the simple understanding. So in one point, she believes in science. So as per scientific general understanding, the universe has 13.8 billion years when it started. Before that, this universe didn't exist. That means the universe has to come into existence because this is the reality. We are in the universe. That means it has a start. So it either starts from itself, which is absurdity, because it is absurd if you say a pen gives birth to the same pen. Or if I say, I created myself, so I have to exist before my existence, which is absurd. Nothing. What is nothingness? Nothingness cannot generate something. 0 plus 0 will never give you 1. So that nothingness concept cannot give you birth to anything. So then we left with the last option. There must be something. And that something, as Muslim, we say that being created the universe, possess all the ability to create the universe, like the ability, the knowledge, the will, the power, everything. So therefore, even if I go through it with this argument, should have end up accepting the Islamic God. So I hope, may Allah guide her. Time didn't permit me enough to explain, but I hope she will think about it. Where did we come from? Another thing, people, they always have a purpose in their life. They think and they draw purpose for their own life. They do something about in their life. But when it comes to the real purpose, they just careless. They just don't give attention that what will happen. And that's why I asked the question, existential question. When you die, what will happen? She would say, oh, I will not be existent. That's a belief. That's a belief that she drawn from her own view. This is very subjective. But as a Muslim, we know that Allah tells us. How did Allah tells us that He will bring you back? Allah told us many examples. I'll give you 2 examples. One example, Allah tells us, when you see a barren land, when rain happens, the barren land gives rise to vegetation. It grows vegetation. That shows Allah can bring life from the dead. And this is a sign of how Allah will resurrect us. And Allah also tells us, how can you disbelieve in Allah? In one point, you didn't exist. كَيْفَ تَكْفُرُونَ بِاللَّهِ? How can you disbelieve in Allah? وَكُنْتُمْ أَمْوَاتًا فَأَحْيَاكُمْ ثُمَّ يُمِيتُكُمْ ثُمَّ يُحْيِيكُمْ ثُمَّ إِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. You are non-existent. You are dead. Allah bring you from the in first place. Allah created you when you are non-existent, and then you will die, and then you will vanish again. Allah already done the process of creating you from non-existent to existent. Now Allah can repeat the process again. If He can do one, He can do once again. So Allah is not telling you to believe something new. I hope this video is useful. May Allah bless you all. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.